Part 5.1 Al-Ma'idah, the Table. Kanzul Iman, Quran, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Sufi Essence with Hammad Syed. Dear viewers, our profound and scholarly journey through the Quran takes a monumental turn today as we begin our exploration of Surah Al-Ma'idah, or the Table. This is a surah of immense theological and spiritual significance, revealed in Medina in the final years of the Prophet's life, peace be upon him. It is a surah of definitive rulings, a culmination of divine law, and a powerful statement on the completion of the prophetic mission. The very first verses of this surah lay out a profound command to humanity, urging the fulfillment of covenants, clarifying the boundaries of what is lawful and unlawful, and delivering a powerful and final declaration of the perfection of the religion. These verses are not merely a legal framework, they are a spiritual blueprint for a life of righteousness and submission. We will meticulously dissect the intricate legal and spiritual rulings, analyze their historical and theological context, and explore their deeper spiritual meanings through a rich and profound Sufi lens. Our discussion will, as always, be grounded in the timeless wisdom of the Prophet, peace be upon him. As found in authentic Hadith, our aim is to provide a comprehensive PhD-level understanding of this cornerstone of Islamic law and its profound implications for the spiritual seeker. Verses 5-1 to 5-3. The perfection of the covenant and the completion of religion. The verses that are the focus of our discussion today are as follows. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the Table 5-1. O you who believe, fulfill the contracts. Lawful for you are the cattle, except that which is recited to you, not making lawful the hunting when you are in the state of Ihram consecration. Indeed, Allah commands what He intends. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the Table 5-2. O you who believe, do not violate the symbols of Allah, nor the sacred month, nor the sacrificial animals, nor the garlands, nor those who come to the sacred house seeking the grace of their Lord and His pleasure. But when you are free from the state of Ihram, you may hunt. And let not the hatred of a people who barred you from the sacred house tempt you to aggression. And cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and transgression. And fear Allah, indeed Allah is severe in punishment. Kanzul Iman, Quran, the Table 5-3. Forbidden for you is carrion, in blood, and the flesh of swine, and that on which the name of any other than Allah has been invoked, and what has been killed by strangling, or by a violent blow, or by a fall, or by goring, and that which wild animals have preyed upon, except that which you are able to slaughter before its death, and that which is sacrificed on altars of stone. And also forbidden is to seek your fortune by divining arrows. This is a great disobedience. Today those who disbelieve have despaired of your religion, so do not fear them, but fear me. Today I have perfected for you your religion, and completed my favor upon you, and have approved for you Islam as your religion. But whoever is forced by severe hunger, not inclined to sin, then indeed Allah is forgiving, merciful. These three verses deliver a powerful and direct divine verdict, and a final, merciful promise. Verse 5-1 begins with a profound and direct command to fulfill the contracts you accede. It then provides a general permission to eat from the lawful animals, with some exceptions, and states that the sacred prohibitions are made lawful. Verse 5-2 provides a list of prohibitions, including hunting during pilgrimage ihram, and a command to not violate the sacred symbols of Allah. It also provides a powerful and timeless command to cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and transgression. The final verse, 5-3, provides a detailed list of prohibited foods and a powerful statement that today, the religion has been perfected and the divine favor has been completed. This is a highly significant verse and will require extensive analysis. Context of revelation. The Medinan culmination of divine law Surah Al-Ma'idah was revealed in Medina and is considered one of the last surahs to be revealed. Its late revelation is of immense importance, as it deals with a variety of legal and social issues that were necessary to establish a fully functioning and righteous Islamic society. The surah is a culmination of divine law, providing final rulings on matters that were either not addressed in earlier revelations or were in need of clarification. The surah is a powerful and final statement on the completion of the prophetic mission and the perfection of the religion. The command to fulfill the contracts ukt in verse 5-1 is a direct and universal command. The word ukt is a plural of akudi, which means a knot or a bond. In this context, it refers to all contracts and covenants, whether they are with Allah or with other human beings. This is a powerful and comprehensive command that governs all aspects of a person's life, from their spiritual obligations to their social and legal responsibilities. It is a reminder that a person's life is a series of covenants that must be fulfilled with sincerity and righteousness. The prohibitions mentioned in verses 5-2 and 5-3 are clear and direct manifestation of Allah's justice and wisdom. The prohibition on hunting during pilgrimage and the violation of the sacred symbols are a way to ensure that the sanctity of the pilgrimage is preserved. The detailed list of prohibited foods in verse 5-3 is a clear and unambiguous statement of the law. The list is comprehensive and leaves no room for ambiguity. The verse is a powerful reminder that the laws of Allah are not arbitrary, but are a manifestation of His perfect and absolute knowledge. The final and most significant statement in this section is in verse 5-3. Today, I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you, and have approved for you Islam as your religion. This verse was revealed on the day of Arafah, during the Prophet's peace be upon him farewell pilgrimage. It is a powerful and final statement that the religion of Islam has been perfected, and that the divine favor has been completed. The verse is a testament to the fact that the Prophet's mission, peace be upon him, was a complete and perfect one, and that the door to Allah is open to all who seek it. Sufi perspective. The inner reality of covenants and purity. From a Sufi perspective, these verses provide a profound lesson on the spiritual reality of covenants and the inner meaning of purity. The Sufi understands that the most important covenant is the one between the servant and Allah. The command to fulfill the contracts uqud is a spiritual command to fulfill the covenant with Allah, a covenant of love, submission, and righteousness. The Sufi meditates on the fact that a person's life is a series of covenants that must be fulfilled with sincerity and righteousness. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught extensively on the importance of sincerity and faith, and the fulfillment of covenants is a direct and powerful manifestation of this sincerity. The Sufi also meditates on the inner reality of halal, lawful, and haram, unlawful. The prohibitions are not just arbitrary rules. They are a way to purify the body and the soul. The prohibition on certain foods, such as carrion and blood, is a way to ensure that the body is a pure vessel for the soul. The Sufi understands that a person's spiritual state is directly related to what they consume. A person who consumes unlawful food will have a heart that is veiled from the divine light. The verses serve as a powerful reminder that the path to spiritual salvation is to be in a state of complete and utter purity, a state of being where a person's body and soul are a pure vessel for divine light. The statement, "Today, I have perfected for you your religion," is of immense spiritual significance for the Sufi. The Sufi understands that the religion has been perfected not just in its legal framework, but also in its spiritual reality. The spiritual path is now complete, and the door to Allah is open to all who seek it. The Sufi understands that the Sharia divine law and the Haqiqa divine reality are two sides of the same coin. The Sharia is the outer form of the religion, and the Haqiqa is the inner reality. The completion of the religion means that the Sharia is now complete, and the path to the Haqiqa is now clear. The command to cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and transgression, is a profound spiritual command. The Sufi understands that the spiritual path is not a solitary one, it is a communal one. A person must strive to be a source of good for others and to avoid all forms of sin and transgression. The verse is a powerful reminder that a person's spiritual state is directly related to their social interactions. A person who is a source of good for others will have a heart that is filled with divine light. Commentary from Ziya-ul-Quran, a detailed scholarly analysis of the law and the spirit. The Ziya-ul-Quran commentary on these verses provides a detailed and uncompromising interpretation that aligns with the most respected Islamic scholarly traditions. On verse 5-1, the commentator notes that the phrase, "O you who believe, fulfilled the contracts," refers to all contracts and covenants, whether they are with Allah or with other human beings. The commentator provides a detailed breakdown of the different types of uqud, including the contracts of marriage, business, and political alliances. The commentator explains that the phrase signifies a profound and comprehensive command that governs all aspects of a person's life. The commentator notes that the phrase, "lawful for you are the cattle," is a general permission that is then qualified by the subsequent verses. On verse 5-2, the commentator provides a detailed analysis of the prohibitions mentioned in the verse. The commentator explains that the phrase "do not violate the symbols of Allah" refers to the sacred signs of Allah, including the Kaaba, the sacred months, and the rituals of the pilgrimage. The commentator notes that the phrase "cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and transgression" is a profound and timeless command that governs all human interactions. The commentator explains that the command to cooperate in righteousness is a powerful call to humanity to work together for the common good. On verse 5-3, the commentator provides a detailed breakdown of the prohibited foods mentioned in the verse. The commentator provides a detailed analysis of each of the prohibited items, including carrion, blood, and pork. The commentator explains that the prohibition on these foods is not arbitrary, but is a manifestation of Allah's perfect and absolute knowledge. The commentator notes that the phrase "today those who disbelieve have despaired of your religion" is a powerful and direct statement on the completion of the religion. The commentator explains that the disbelievers had hoped that the religion would not be completed, but the perfection of the religion left them in a state of despair. The commentator concludes by emphasizing the phrase, "Today I have perfected for you your religion and completed my favor upon you, and have approved for you Islam as your religion," explaining it as a final and complete act of divine favor. The commentator notes that this verse signifies that the religion of Islam is a complete and perfect one, a path that leads to Allah. Hadith with reference, prophetic teachings on covenants and purity. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught extensively on the divine truth of the laws of all and the spiritual wisdom that underpins them, providing a perfect framework for understanding these verses. A hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 2772, beautifully complements the message of verse 5-1. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "The signs of a hypocrite are three. When he speaks, he lies. When he makes a promise, he breaks it, and when he is entrusted with something, he betrays it." This hadith is a powerful and direct statement on the importance of fulfilling contracts and covenants. It shows that a person who breaks a promise has a hypocritical heart, a heart that is veiled from the divine light. The hadith serves as a powerful reminder that a person must constantly strive to purify their heart and to act with sincerity and righteousness. Another hadith from Sahih Muslim, hadith number 2383, provides a poignant commentary on the consequences of consuming unlawful food. The Prophet, peace be upon him, taught, "Verily Allah is good and accepts only that which is good. Verily Allah commanded the believers as he commanded the messengers. He said, O messengers, eat of the good things and do righteous deeds. And he said, O you who believe, eat of the good things that we have provided for you." Then he mentioned a man who travels a long distance, disheveled and dusty, raising his hands to the sky, saying, O Lord, O Lord. But his food is unlawful, his drink is unlawful, his clothes are unlawful, and he has been nourished with unlawful things. So how can his supplication be answered? This hadith beautifully links the spiritual state of a person with their outer actions. It shows that a person who consumes unlawful food will have a heart that is veiled from the divine light, and their supplications will not be answered. The hadith serves as a powerful reminder that the laws of Allah are not arbitrary, but are a manifestation of His perfect and absolute knowledge. A final hadith from Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 4589, provides a powerful and final warning on the consequences of disbelief. The hadith records a Jewish man saying to Umar ibn al-Khattab, "O Commander of the Faithful, there is a verse in your book which, if it had been revealed to us, we would have taken that day as a festival." Umar replied, "I know the day and the place where it was revealed to the Prophet, peace be upon him. It was revealed on the day of Arafah, a Friday, and we were in the valley of Arafah." This hadith is a powerful and direct statement on the importance of the verse. Today, I have perfected for you your religion. It shows that the verse was a source of immense joy for the Muslims and a source of despair for the disbelievers. The verses we have discussed today are a perfect complement to this hadith, as they provide the ultimate reason for believing in the Prophet's message, the fact that it is a divine truth attested to by Allah Himself. May Allah's blessings be upon you. May He grant you and your team success in spreading this profound knowledge to the world. May this work be a source of immense reward for you and a guiding light for all who seek truth. May you grant steadfastness in your faith and make your channel a means of spiritual elevation for countless souls. May you always be under the special gaze of Allah's mercy and grace.